This week, Jim White and his family are on safari in South Africa. But before that, I've just set off to explore Britain's only coastal national park in Pembrokeshire in South Wales.
Ramsey Island lies just off the north of the county and is home to thousands of nesting seabirds. Although this trip didn't land us on the island, it did get us right in on the action.
The black and white bird up on the rock there, that's an oyster catcher. Bit of a misnomer around here though, just haven't got any oysters.
So what do they eat?
They eat limpets. They have to feed a bit down market out here because we haven't got any oysters. And that's why if you collect shells around the beaches, you know, quite often you find limpet shells with no tops on them.
Because they've been munched by those birds.
Yeah, they've had them for tea.
In fact, the seas and islands off the coast provide an opportunity to spot all manner of wildlife.
Over there, seal. Seal. Very well spotted. She's lovely, isn't she?
The unique currents in this area are known, rather charmingly, as the bitches. They certainly add extra excitement to the boat trip, but you've been warned, they're not for the faint-hearted. It's easier to get to grips with the scale and the beauty of this landscape on foot, and there are lots of organised walks run by the National Parks Authority. I went with Park Ranger Gary Thomas.
So this is the coast path. It's about 180 miles long altogether, although it looks like a nice easy promenade here. By the time you've climbed up and down these steeply cut valleys that we've got, by the time you've got to the end of the 180 miles, you've gone up the side of Everest, you know. It's a brilliant walk.
Have you actually done it?
Yes, but in bits. No,
Oh, you've never done 180 miles in one go?
No, come on, give us a break.
Pembrokeshire sits in the southwest corner of Wales. Its national park hugs the coastline and also encompasses the outlying islands. One thing you can't fail to notice when you come to Wales is the number of castles dotted around. I've come to Carew Castle, which sits on what's known as the Lanska line. Now, this was created by the Normans when they invaded the country in the 11th century, and they built a series of castles cutting across the country. They wanted to create a little England in the south and keep the Welsh out to the north, and it seems to have worked, because looking at this, there are lots of Welsh place names up at the top and some very English names down south, like Freshwater and Stackpole and so on. Rather more recently, Pembrokeshire has attracted another wave of immigrants, ones who come for the landscape and the light. The artists. Raoul Speak is a Cuban artist who moved to the UK 10 years ago and recently traded the London scene for a converted chapel near St. David's.
I am very impressed for the sky and the light. You know.
I can see that with your pictures of the sea and things.
Yeah. Some people say that it's too bright, but in the summer when you walk in the countryside in Wales, you have the same thing.
It's lovely light,
it's like a tropical place. I can many people around here from all over the place, all over the country, America, Canada, Japan, but I know they are English because they say, oh, how bright. I say, I know they're English, no. But that's okay, they really like it.
In Pembrokeshire, it's hard to avoid some kind of outdoorsy activity. The whole area hums with the spirit of adventure, from abseiling and surfing to sea kayaking, which is what I'm trying to do here.
Able to keep up?
Oh, this is getting a bit energetic. I'm going to have a breather. You can do it. That's the beauty of going in a double kayak. You can leave the work
You
to
don't have to
somebody
do
else.
anything. You just relax.
I've never actually done this sea kayaking thing before, but I'm having a brilliant time. I guess we're quite lucky with the weather, because it's lovely out here today and the sea's pretty calm too. But it's one of those things that strikes me that you can make as easy or as difficult as you like. And it's lovely
just being able to bob about on the water. I don't think my left wrist action is very good. Do you know what I mean? Further south is the popular resort of Tenby. Actually, the town played the part of Brighton in last year's TV adaptation of Vanity Fair. But I have to say, I couldn't quite see the resemblance. A lot of people actually spend all of their holidays here in Tenby, but this time round, I'm just passing through on my way to Caldy Island. This is one of the most popular excursions from Tenby, and only a 20-minute ferry ride from the mainland. The island has been linked with religious life since the 6th century and is now home to a community of Cistercian monks. Although visitors can't actually enter the monastery, they are given free rein to explore the rest of the island. I broke the solitude with the abbot, Father Daniel. I mean, it does seem quite a strange place, if you don't mind me saying, for a monastery.
Well, I wouldn't say so in that sense, because monks always try to seek for solitude. And living on an island, especially for the Celts, was a place where they felt closer to God, that they could pray more spontaneously, away from the hubbub. Apparently in those days they had a lot of hubbub as well.
So it's not just the 20th century that's particularly stressful. How about tourism? Are there times when you wish you didn't have to deal with tourism?
Sometimes there is a pressure, but tourism starts off at 10:15 in the morning until 5, 5:30 in the evening, and the rest is completely silent.
And what time do you start?
We start at 3:15 in the morning.
3:15?
Yes, yes, yes. But we retire also early, 8 o'clock in the evening.
Right. Actually, I used to do the early morning news, and I used to have to get up at 3:30.
Yeah?
It was a killer. Although Tenby is just across the water there, Caldy really does feel like a world away from the hustle and bustle of that place. And there are lots of things of interest here. You've obviously got the whole monastic history. You've also some lovely walks. And though I imagine quite a lot of tourists pile over here at the height of summer, the island's the sort of place where you can escape and find your own little spot away from everyone else. Back on the mainland, I met up with Carolyn Morgan, who runs a local riding stables. I'm amazed, actually, that they're so good in the water. I suppose they're beach bums, really.
They are, especially when it's nice and warm down here.
So what do you like most about this area? Because you said that you would never leave it.
No.
Why is it so special for you?
I suppose because when the scenery, that you've got the coast so close and the mountains around you, which I love the mountains. And it is quiet.
It is very, very beautiful. It's sort of an undiscovered treasure, really, isn't it? A great spot for riding, though, isn't it? I mean, you just got vast open space.
Yes. You can go wherever you want, really. It's so varied.
Quite a popular trek is evening pub rides, where we go to 2 different pubs and stop at the first pub and have 1 or 2 drinks, and then move to the next pub.
Is there a limit on how many beers you can quaff?
Not really. I think they seem to be able to drink quite a lot, really. They start off a little nervous, have a few drinks, and it's amazing how their riding ability improves.